Good, good, good. Give yourselves a round of applause for being in the building. So, my name is Donovan Livingston. I work here at the university as an academic advisor in the Carolina Higher Education Opportunity Programs office. But tonight we're here for a very special occasion. We are continuing to celebrate the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill's Martin Luther King Jr. Week celebration. So how many of y'all made it to the Angela Davis lecture last night? I went to overflow. All right, cool, she was awesome. So we're here to continue that momentum, continue that pace as we continue to uplift the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. So I stand before you tonight, not just as an employee of this institution, but a proud alum. Where my Tar Heels at? Make some noise. I am a proud alum for several reasons, but tonight especially I'm a proud alumnus of this university because my university has made it a concerted effort to celebrate Dr. King since 1983, before the nation even decided to make his legacy a holiday. So to be a part of such a tremendous legacy is a beautiful thing, and we want to thank the Sonja Haynes Stone Center for hosting this event. Give them a round of applause. And in Christian, we'd also like to thank the Friday Center for Continuing Education for co-sponsoring this event. So tonight, this event is entitled, He Was a Poem, He Was a Song. This 2015 installment is a culmination of a lot of hard work on behalf of a lot of people, and we are excited to be here tonight to celebrate Dr. King through poetry and through music. So tonight, by no stretch of the imagination, do we want you to stay put in your seats. We want you to dance, vibe, express yourself, have a good time, because tonight is all about the pulse of the movement and the heartbeat of a revolution. So give yourselves a round of applause again for being here. And we're going to bring out the director of the Stone Center, Dr. Jocelyn. Thank you.
Why y'all stop clapping? I'm not going to be out here very long. I want to move into the program as quickly as we can. But before I get into the main piece here, I did want to make an announcement about the 11th Annual African American History Month lecture entitled The Unbearable Likeness of Ferguson, The Origin Story of Now. And that's going to be delivered by our good friend, Dr. Khalil Gibran Muhammad. Many of you know him as the new director of the Schomburg Library and Center in New York, a very dynamic gentleman. And that is being sponsored, as you know, by the History Department with a host of co-sponsors. The main reason I'm here, though, is this is kind of a tradition with us, and that is for us not to forget that in this new year, and in the past year, that we mark the passing of a number of very, very important individuals and very key folks in the battle for social justice and human rights in this country and around the world. So I'll call out a few names, and then I'm going to ask you to take a moment of silence, because there's another element of this. Many of you lost individuals that were close to you, that were very meaningful, that helped you to get to this point, that taught you, that schooled you, and we want to give you an opportunity to do that and to acknowledge them amongst all of us. Last year we lost Jeffrey Holder, Horace Silver, Big Bank Hank, Sugar Hill Gang fame, Ruby Dee, Maya Angelou, Gabriel Garcia Marquez, Franklin McCain, Amiri Baraka, Jane Cortez, and Fred Hubb. I'll ask you now, in your own way, to observe a moment of silence before you begin. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the program.
All right, thank you for that, Dr. Jordan. Awesome, awesome. Now is the time for you all to participate in our event. It's your first opportunity to participate. You have a lot of other chances to do that, but I want everybody to stand up. Stand up, everybody to your feet. Everybody to your feet. We're going to open this program as we do every year, singing the Black National Anthem. Now, if you're familiar with the Black National Anthem, you can find the lyrics on the back of your program. We're bringing Ashley Winkfield to the stage, senior here at UNC. Make some noise for her. And she will be accompanied by Dr. Louise Toppin. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you for that, Ashley and Dr. Toppin. Give them a round of applause again. Awesome. Y'all sound good. You guys are too quiet. Make church say amen. Amen? That's what I'm talking about. All right. So before we get into things tonight, I want to make sure you all are aware of things that are going on at the Stone Center. As you know, there's a set of robust programming that takes place at the Stone Center throughout the year. And so hopefully you've gotten a chance to pick up this copy of Milestones. It's the Stone Center newsletter, so you can get a chance to see some of the other programming that will be taking place here at the center throughout spring 2015, okay? So, are y'all ready to get into it tonight? Let me hear you say yeah. Yeah, all right. So, now, we're about to take you through a couple of spoken word acts. Before we do that, when you hear something you like in a poem, what do you normally do? When I say when you hear something you like, what do you normally do? Oh, yeah. Y'all already with it. I like this. I like this. So, the first spoken word group we will be bringing to the stage tonight is known as Ebony Readers Onyx Theatre, better known as EROT here on campus. Now, EROT is a subgroup of the Black student movement. They participate in several poetry readings throughout the year. They also participate and do dramatic art and things of that nature. And they have been transforming poetry in its presentation on campus since their inception. And we want to give them a round of applause tonight as they come to the stage. Everybody, give a big round of applause for Ebony Readers Onyx Theatre.
This black skin that plagues me, it grows on me like a cancer I cannot hide it. It grips me like the firm hand grasp of a mother walking her children into church across broken pavement on a Sunday morning. It is obvious. Black. I abstain from tiptoeing across hot pavement. I risk of being confused for pavement. I refuse to play cops and robbers, to learn the difference between what is right and being black. The knowing doesn't slow the plague. Their solution is to make sure we doubt ourselves. Name not released, unidentified person shot by police and left to die on the hot pavement. Persist we lack the basic rights and freedoms to exist. Our boys and little girls turn into angelic casualties of this war before they reach 18. Remember Sanford? Money? Birmingham? Montgomery? Mothers see their babies covered in a tacky redness. See their babies. Small. Black. God said there'd be a wailing unlike any sound heard before. There'd be blood on leaves, tears on the faces of men, and cries from the mothers. God said there'd be no justice, no peace until this plague, this cancer of blackness and death cease, this plague of darkness whitewashed by America's disparate black melting pot. This black death that haunts me convinces me of my growing up in a culture that tells me I'm inferior. Tells me I have a seat saved for me somewhere not on the bus, tells me I'm not welcome to sit in on this class, makes me feel unwelcomed here. Tells me I'm one wrong answer away, one hands up don't shoot away from being like Mike. Gone. Black. But this skin is not a plague, and will not be regarded as such. This skin is not suspicious. To be black-skinned in this country is a matter of fact. Like how birdsong welcomes the early morning, like how winter comes after autumn, like how God sent his son, and he too was killed by police. So in case you have forgotten, let me remind you. This ebony skin is beautiful and black, full of music and life. This song is not meant for the consumption of easygoing whiteness. My song is personal and not meant for you, matching all the fine fabrics and silky silks, without blood, without pavement, cold, hard pavement.
Stop telling these black girls they are beautiful.
They are nailed down by the terms you have drilled it into their minds. So instead of believing they are just beautiful, they feel more like lawfully fond.
Stop telling these black girls they are beautiful. You who have lied to yourself, and you who have gone over the math, rearranged the figures so that you won't add up to be 100% nigga. And how do you figure that they can look in the mirror and see beauty that's bigger than self-hate?
Keep telling these black girls they are beautiful, but you can keep it dark. Because if you don't need shades to point out a cute face, then the adjective dark serves no part. They are brightly intelligent, gracefully light on their feet. Their smiles are the sun as their dimples shine through their cheeks.
So they're angry. So they have reason to be. You have handed them consignment compliments, served on a plate of black power, constructed this image of black beauty, fully equipped with raised fists, afro picks, pedestals, and spirituals. You have left no room for them. See, I told them. And they told me to tell you to stop telling these black girls they are beautiful. They don't need to be reminded. They said they've never known beauty to come with affirmation or help. So stop telling them that they're beautiful. Convince yourself.
Keep telling these black girls they are beautiful. But beautiful for black is not bright. You two adamantly say, or you compliment them that way, but you never say, she's ugly for life. Tell them they look good as they learn their ABCs. Feed them with esteem for the esteem that they need. So when they are grown, they own every piece of every inch of the skin that you criticize them in. Give some rejection to the complexion you see, and learn to accept them and their fineness blindly. Realize their stunning eyes. Dismiss the B, L, A, C, K, telling them they are just beautiful. It's faultlessly okay.
So I woke up this morning feeling good.
Feeling good.
And black, and I can't dismiss it. I can't read it. You take it.
Please take it, put it on and try it out. For 1 minute and any others, they can write it to the next so you can choke on a daily dose of blatant disrespect.
But know this. They will notice you're cool. They will try to steal it, conceal it as appreciation. They will play it in their cars, take it audio safari, vibe into the struggle.
Tuning out the struggle, and then they will partially praise its appearance. They will tell you that it's beautiful.
And believe them or not, but believe what you've got.
It's black. So carry it.
Care for it. Care enough to know that. Someone told these black girls they were beautiful.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ebony Readers Onyx Theatre, give it up one more time. Yeah. So, tonight, like I said, is all about expression, and it's beautiful to know that the university provides a platform for students such as EROT to have a voice. I think that's really important when you talk about transforming your college experience and making you feel like you have the power to change the world yourself, right? So, moving right along, y'all ready for the next act? Let me hear you say yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're still with me, I appreciate that. So tonight we're gonna keep the spoken word theme going. So hopefully your thumbs are still in working order. The next group we have coming up is Sacrificial Poets, also known as SACPO. They're an award-winning spoken word poetry organization here in the Triangle, and they work extensively with youth in the area, providing them, like I said, a platform to express themselves. There's also a college branch of Sacrificial Poets known as UNC Wordsmiths, and tonight they've been so gracious to bless us with a performance. So ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Sacrificial Poets.
The documentary of my life giving, it was written. I set my foundations on hip-hop's pillars, examining the spray-painted text that covered the struggle of young brothers who only knew the feel of the beat, of the sun, of the drum, riding crops, clubs from cops, till it rang in their skulls and filled their heads with the sound. They left them with a sensation till they met with the earth. Lights from overhead flashed, and the vision was had. Slaves would jump as high as they could, held to the end of their chains, to show their strength to the ones who owned them thereafter. Now we wear links of gold that swing loose around our necks, and dance with wild movements to signify that we're free. No longer singing in the fields to let others know that master was coming. We've hit heat like furnace fire, and make blacks to whites divide. The term MC means master control. Our time of bondage has passed. And though the sounds of 808 still resonate our people's heartbreaks, as the DJs spin our tales, we find wealth of record sales. Consider me a modern-day griot. This is the epic I voice. What a mockery of slavery we've made for ourselves. Only fancy clothes to establish our wealth. Catch me swagging hard, rocking polos with the slacks. Laughing at the fact the horsemen used to brand our backs. They used to hunt us in our tracks and then they hunted for our tracks. On our color they want scrap, and now these folks want to be black. You want me to jump on the stage? Better show me your mic. And the back of this bus better have champagne for the tour. I'll pull up the drive-thru if you can see the whip better. And the only cotton that I'm picking is from a sweater. They coined my ancestor a nigga. No, I can never be another naive individual, glorifying greed, encouraging racism. Nah, hokey ass, never ignorant, getting goals accomplished. Put that on crit and pop. I redefine with hip hop. Pray that my tongue be blessed like Martin, leading my fam to the mountaintop. But with this rhythmic form of speech, this is the last that I preach. Through all of man's triumph, tyranny is sure to meet him. Heed my words, don't lose your freedom.
I want to give a small disclaimer. This poem I'm about to read is dedicated to Amiri Baraka, his poem, Who Blew Up America. He has a line that says, "Who say you the ugliest while they be the prettiest?" I am not pure, not white, not even off-white. I'm not porcelain, not olive, won't spare you the time convincing you I'm a small percentage white. Don't sit up right, don't powder my cheeks more white, don't pinch them rose red, stopped using Ambi, stop trying to fit into a white body whose antibodies will always reject me. I am not snow, don't have the grain of hair to be on Pantene commercials, don't pass the paper brown bag test, don't have that loose curl, don't want to be the house mistress's mirror, don't want to look like all the hers that drown my blackness in all of my classes. I don't want to be seen anymore on anything predominantly white. No, I am black. Black magic, witchcraft, voodoo, a tribe. I am on the most wanted terrorist list. I am Addie, Cynthia, Carol, and Denise at church, blown into pieces, La Negra, the darkness. I am so beautiful, you have been taught to hate me. I am so beautiful, this country has tried to convince me to hate myself. One of the founding fathers of this great country, Jefferson wrote, "Are not the fine mixtures of red and white preferable to that eternal, immovable veil of black in favor of whites with flowing hair and more elegant symmetry?" And 10 years ago, this is what I believed, what my mom taught me because of Granny, because my great-granny was taught to fear her midnight, so my great-grandmother took my granny and ripped the hair from her scalp until it bled because she was the darkest child, like she was trying to find dawn, like she was trying to find salvation when the night of our skin will never die and refuses to be dyed. As a child, I asked why we were born to be corrected, fixed, done, while my white peers woke up perfect, while I had to put chemicals in my hair stronger than disinfectant, like the hair that grew out of my scalp was a contaminant. I watched generations after generations of the women in my family dissolve, brown sugar and hot bleach burning. No more. I am a tiger swallowtail butterfly cocooning out of white prosthetic skin. I am no longer your past, your free labor, your objectification, your token Somalian or Ethiopian. I refuse to continue to tell people I am third generation Native American like I'm still hiding from something. I realize I'm only separating myself from my kin. I've watched us all grow thin, our platelets not as thick to clot our wounds when this country shoots us and leaves us dead. I want to stand now in a cluster of black fists, descendants of queens, survivors of imperialists, of being disregarded, a sex-insexed, defenseless. I'm done begging. Don't want to ask the master, please respect me. I don't want to ask the master, please tell me I am worth living. I want to cloud out of this white solution that choked my family from loving themselves, that smoked away the beauty of my people. I want to precipitate out like matter so I can realize I don't need them to matter. I defy the laws of this country. I defy white supremacy. I defy the laws of the earth. My hair laughs at gravity and birth history. By loving me, I am loving my great-grandmother more than she could ever love herself. I wish I could show her we are more than this country's shadow, than its diluted, sick, lost memory. We are a force that cannot be formed. We are a force that will not conform. We are Black women.
Awesome. Give another round of applause for Sacrificial Poets.